Hi, welcome back to SheaJ.Lifestyle. I'm Shay. Today we are going to talk about some of my favorite kitchen gadgets. I have a series of kitchen gadgets that I really like a whole lot. The first thing I really like is tongs. I have a number of tongs. I have the big tongs that I use to turn meat, things like that. And I have the tweezer tongs that I use a great deal. I primarily use this when I am using smaller items. Like if, let's say, I'm garnishing something and I want to add to a finishing plate. Like when I'm cooking and then I use this to finish the dish, make it look pretty. I use this. And then there's also a curved one. I like gadgets. A curved one. So the curved one I use pretty much the same way I would use this one, but this one is a little bit more precise in the way you pick things up, and it's primarily to pick up smaller garnishes, things like herbs, things like that. So this is a really good thing to get. You can actually find these on Amazon, or if you live near a restaurant supply store, you can find it there. The other thing I really enjoy using are my rubber scrapers. I love these so much. This one I use on a regular basis. I use this one when I am making eggs because it's easy to maneuver around the pot, or I'm sorry, it's easy to maneuver around a pan. When you're, let's say you're making scrambled eggs and you want to maneuver around a pan. And so what I sometimes do is I'll spray it with a little bit of cooking spray, and it makes it easier to get underneath your eggs. And the larger ones I use to turn, or to move it around to turn it. But this one I use on a regular basis. I use this one all the time. This one is really good. The other thing I like, speaking of scrapers, is these are like bench scrapers. This one has measurements on it. If you can see, it has measurements on it, and it's really easy. Let's say, for example, you are doing you have pie dough or something like that, and you want to cut it. This gives you an idea of, you can measure how, let's say you're making biscuits or whatever, and you want to scoop it up, but you could also cut it. This one has like a tiny little, like a blade attachment to it, so you can cut with this one as well. And this one is just one that I use when I'm chopping onions or tomatoes or cucumbers, and I just scoop it up and put it in the bowl. The other thing I use is this can opener. I really like this can opener because it works this way as opposed to using it this way. It's so much easier. Just put it on. It has like a magnet on here on the bottom part. It sticks to the top of the lid. Turn it, and you can feel when it's gone all the way around and it's cut the entire can. You stop it, pick it up, take it off, and then it has this little contraption. So what you would do is, has like a little grip right here, which will pick up the lid, and you lift the lid off, and in 1, 2, 3, it's done. This is a lifesaver. This is by Kuhn Rikon. It's really, really good. I would recommend this highly, and I'm sure this you should be able to find on Amazon as well. My next favorite item is these tiny little spoons. These are cute little tasting spoons. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. You see how tiny it is? These are the best. I use these as when I'm tasting food, while I'm cooking. I use these to taste food, and I have a variety of them. I have this tiny little one. This one is even smaller, if you can see. I use these, and then one time I had gone to a flea market, and within the flea market there was a kitchen supply store, and I love a kitchen supply store. And they had these tiny little tasting spoons. These spoons are similar to the spoons that you get when you go to, let's say you go to an ice cream shop and you want to try a flavor before you buy it. These are the little spoons that you get. And so these I use, if you can see what they look like. I just want to give you an idea. You see how tiny they are? Because I'm putting them close to the camera, they look larger, but they're really, really small. You see? These are great. I use them all the time. They are wonderful. The other thing is I got, what do you call these things? A spoon rest. My brain's not working today. A spoon rest. This stays on my stove. I have had this spoon rest for, gosh, I've had this at least for maybe like 10 years, and I keep it on the stove and just rest everything on there. Sometimes when I'm making, let's say for example, I'm making grits, what I will do is I'll put a little bit of water in so that my spoon, when I stir it, it doesn't get like hard grits on it. I don't like that. So over the holidays, I went to TJ Maxx and I found another one. This one is really heavy, and I love this. This is so good. So I have both of them. What I usually do now is, my stove isn't that big, so I usually put one on top of the other, and I just use it that way. It's really great. I think that's something that you should always have in your kitchen arsenal. The next thing I have is this. I think we showed this oven liner. It's a nonstick oven liner. We showed it on my channel that I have with Cecily on Point. This is an oven liner here. This is a really great oven liner. What you do is you stick it in the oven on the floor of the oven, the ground, the bottom, the very bottom of the oven, and it will capture all of the drippings or any kind of mess that you make in your oven. And if it gets messy, all you do is you slide it out, clean it, and put it back in. Now sometimes if you have a smaller oven, what you can do is you can take a scissor and cut it to size. It's really, really easy and very, very helpful to do. So I would definitely do this. I've been using this now for a little while. I happened upon it one day when I was in the store, and once it got old, I went on to Amazon and I found another one. I think it's really great. Okay, I think I have two more things to show you. One is sort of like not a big deal, but this one is. I actually have a large Cuisinart. I think it's like it's an 11 cup prep Cuisinart, and I love it. But sometimes I don't need to use it all the time, because sometimes I don't have a large amount of food to put in there, or something that I'm chopping or whatever. So I bought a mini Cuisinart. This thing is a workhorse. I use it all the time. It comes with, has a little blade in there. Of course, it's supposed to. But this is really good. It's really, really good. It's convenient. You can leave it on the counter or put it away. And it's easy peasy to use. The last thing I have is not necessarily a kitchen item, but it's something that I use in the kitchen and around the house on a regular basis. And it is an X-Acto knife. This thing, or like a box cutter. I love this. I love this so much because I don't like to use my good knives to cut open a box. Why do that? Well, you can get these. You can get this. It's really, really easy. And it actually comes with replacement blades. So all you have to do is take a Phillips head screwdriver, open it up, put a new blade in, close it up, and you're good to go. This thing is so good. I recommend that you get one of these for your boxes, because I know we all order from Amazon. We order from all over the place, and messing up your messing up your knives is not something that you want to do. Now, I do have a knife sharpener. I'm not going to show you that today because I think I've definitely overwhelmed you with a lot of stuff. But I'll do a round 2 or a part 2 at a later date so that you can see a lot of the fun things that I have in my kitchen. And I can honestly tell you, I do have a lot of kitchen appliances and gadgets because I love that sort of thing. I love to cook and I love to share. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you again. If you like the content, please like, subscribe, share with a friend. And if you have any comments or anything, please feel free to reach out to me. I will try to respond as quickly as I possibly can. Have a good day. Thanks for joining me.